Well, good day, everybody. Better late than never, as always is the case. You think everything's normal, and then as soon as I went to press live, everything just went blip, and I lost a lot. So I had to call. I tried to reset everything, couldn't do it. Had to call Jane in. She's in Paris right now, sorting out some issues, and she's in the street trying to reboot everything. But anyway, we're underway, and I'm in Cape Town, of course. So thanks to Lutz and the ladies in the office for the last couple of tracker updates. Sorry, this is late. We should now be back on track on a regular timeline to do this, and I look forward to carrying on. Beautiful day here in Cape Town. I'm staring at Table Mountain up there and the ocean right there. Yeah, it's a stunning day here. It was windy yesterday. It's always a little bit quiet in the morning, and we'll no doubt see the breeze pick up in the afternoon. And it reminds me of all the challenges coming into Cape Town, first experienced by me in 1990 when I was coming here from the BOC. I just finished a 42-day leg coming down, and I was about, I think it was about 15 miles offshore with a 45, 50 knots right on the nose. Dong, dong, dong. And then during the course of the next few hours, it dropped. And then it came beautiful sailing, came roaring in, thinking this is cool. And then I parked for about 3 hours just off the finish line here. And there's no wind. There's a big wind shadow. And the same again with the Golden Globe race. With the Golden Globe. Yeah, we were here. Ada and I were here in November, right this time last year. And cheapers. Crikey. Just stand by for a second. Let me go get that. Hello. Yeah, hi. Yes, it is. Oh, okay. That'll be Ada. Come in. Yeah, send her up. Okay, thank you. Never a dull moment. I didn't want to stop the live, but we've got a few things going on here, and we need to sort it. And I didn't know when this was happening. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. Sorry about that. I'm on the 5th floor of an apartment building here, and they're not supposed to. Anyway, long story. All right. So so there's all sorts of wind shadows, and in the GGR when we're coming in, we had. Lots of delays in the last bit trying to work out when they're going to arrive. We sat in the Zodiac sometimes for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. So it just reminded me it's going to be challenging for the sailors as they close the coast here, and challenging for us to meet them, but we'll be out there for the lives and so on. Anyway, I'm going to go straight into the live, and I'm not sure if this is a techo coming in. They're going to have to sit there because I don't want to stop this. So let's get into it. I haven't got a lot of other news to tell you because I haven't been following. We've been frantic. It's a bit of a long story, but it's been fun watching the fleet. Had a quick look this morning, and the good news is Explorer's now heading towards Cape Town, sort of, nearly, just about. And Godspeed has done really well. So looking at this, she's now tracking at 7.4 knots, maybe got a bit of a current there, or they're really going for it. Did 82 miles in the last 24 hours. And it's interesting that they've chosen that side of the course. I don't know whether I would with that boat, but that's what they've decided to do because that's where they've ended up. And obviously going to the east of the track. So running 13th in everything. And I'm wondering why that is. No, they should be 14th unless one of the boats hasn't come up on the tracker. Anyway, they're showing 13th in line on his 13th IRC and so on, but I'm sure we had 14 boats unless something happened that I missed out on. Anyway, that's all kind of cool. Evrika's come across. She's more in a direct line on the rum line, which is probably makes sense because going down the middle, the big thing about this track, it's interesting to see Outlaw go right on the outside, and I'm not sure how extreme that's going to be, but it's kind of interesting. Just excuse me for cheapest. Anyway, they're going around the high, obviously there, probably looking at lighter winds coming across on this side of the course because this is going to pick up for sure. So Evrika is going to go down to the, more down towards the middle, and traditionally that's the way you usually come. but let's just wait and see what the weather brings there. So as they get closer, 7.1 knots for Outlaw. That's really good. 117 miles, negative 117 miles, but you can see they are making progress towards Cape Town. 14th in line on us, 14th in IRC. That's where it's about. But I'm not sure how you get to that conclusion when you've got Godspeed at the back there. I would say they're definitely 13th and Godspeed's 14th. Anyway, part of the course. That's really strange. Not sure about that. Anyway, Evrika, 109 nautical miles in the last 24 hours and doing 6.5 knots. That's pretty cool. Explorer, 7.8 knots, as we said, 108 miles in the day. That's sounding good. No problem there until you get to Sterna. She did 168 nautical miles in the day, coming straight down the run line and also doing 7.5. So the trade winds are really pushing them along. 7.6 for White Shadow, 171 nautical miles in the last 24 hours. And Galliana with Secure, 8 knots. So absolutely flying. And we need these kind of average speeds to get them into port in time so they get a bit of a break and get the boat serviced. 181 nautical miles in the last 24 hours. That's pretty impressive. I used to be doing those speeds on my 50-footer in the BOC. Anyway, Neptune doing 7.6 knots and 148 miles in the last 24 hours. So doing okay. Then when we come over here, Triana, I'm always amazed at these guys. That's about the slowest I've seen, 6.8 knots and 160 nautical miles in 24 hours. They're very rarely under 7 knots. And I think the reason for that is they're pushing hard to windward, because if you see, the relative wind direction, it's an easterly, but they're really pointing towards Cape Town. The Spirit Equip is heading down a little bit further. So I think they're just holding high. They realise they want to get there, probably to work the back end of this low, the high when it goes across. So the Spirit Equip, 7.8 knots, 146 nautical miles in the last 24 hours, doing pretty consistent numbers. But yeah, hard to believe that Triana is on the hammer. So that's pretty impressive as well. Maiden, 9.2 knots. That's good. 127 nautical miles in the day. And they're all working off the back edge of this high now. And it's a bit tricky. Trace late at 9, heading in at 8.3 knots. 159 nautical miles in 24 hours. That's also, quite okay, but they've got a decision to make. If this high stalls, they'll start to run out of wind very soon. I'll just pick this up a bit so you can see it a bit better. So you can see it's getting lighter and lighter. Spirit of Helsinki, 9.2, 157 miles in the last 24 hours. Still running second in line honours and fifth in IRC. Translated is still first IRC and flyer class, and some decision to be made. In Penjuic, you could see this morning, the centre's now moving away, but the reason she's dipped down, she could detect quite clearly she was running out of breeze. So only doing 6.9 at the moment, with the wind appearing to be right behind her, behind him, or behind her, for Marie and him for Penjuic. 98 miles in the day. So everything's hinging off of this high pressure system here. That's what's it going to do? So if we push it forward, you see it moves away really quickly. And as soon as it moves away, so Penjuic, I'd expect to see her coming off straight away to the east, maybe heading down a little bit to get underneath what's happening. And we're watching that as a potential weather alert, depending on where she goes. So I'll probably give her I've got to be careful here, because giving him a weather alert is also tactical information as well. But safety is more important than anything. It's still not big breeze there, but I'll certainly be watching that. And then we'll see about ETAs coming into the other side. So for now, everything's looking pretty reasonable. Let's just come back to the big picture, and we'll do a weather shift for all of them in one foul swoop here. So if we push this forward a day till tomorrow, we've got a little bit more headwinds for Outlaw. Evrika's looking good, just light ones. She'll probably stay on that port tack, carry on. Explorer's going to be having plenty of good breeze. This middle fleet's okay. They've all got breeze consistently going on with what they've got. The lead pack or the mid pack here, they're going to possibly go a little bit softer, and it's all happening up the front. There's going to be some changes here. If Penjuic turns soon, they could try and ride it across, but how long is that going to last? If we go forward to day 2, you can see there Oh yeah, if she gets across, she's going to get this down kick as well and come straight in. But the others, they could be left in holes. It's going to be a bit of luck here. And how do you forecast all this lot? We did speak to Cape Town Radio about putting out the high seas forecast, Area 7, to help, because they meant to be forecasting it and they're not. But hopefully they are now. I haven't heard back. Anyway, it looks like some interesting times ahead. Sorry about the delays. No big wins coming here, but looking forward 13, 14. That's consistent. The fleet will get moving down on this, and they need to be on 40 degrees south anyway when they come back here to Cape Town. So that's about it from me. I don't know whether there'll be any comments at all. I'll just come and check this out before I sign off here. Get to the comments, and then I'll the person that was at the door, I don't know who that was now, and they're probably standing there. Image frozen. Oh, that's no good. That's an internet thing. So we'll find out when I go for it. I hope this is working. Morning, Lance there. Morning, listening with interest. Cool. Bear will love it when someone phones in. I think they're standing at the door. Okay, I got to go. So I'm going to call it at that. And we'll be a bit more organised tomorrow. But yeah, a lot going on here. We've got to go and pick up the rib, launch it, and all sorts of things. So thanks very much.